Hey everyone, and welcome back to the LMC Auto channel. Before we get started, I just want to give everyone a big thank you for supporting me, and the comments have been great. The subscription level has gone up, and I thank you for that. It just makes me want to do these videos more. So keep getting a hold of me and commenting and liking, and we'll keep doing them. On today's video, what we have is a 2012 Kia Sorento. Customer problem is that they have a huge scratch running the length of the door. Now what you can't see on camera is that from about here to here, the scratch has made a dent into the metal. So what we're going to do today is go ahead and show you the proper way to fix this. Now I know there's some guys out there that would just sand this down, sand the rust off, give her some filler, and send her out the door. But here, that's not what we do. Like I've always said, I'm lazy. If I can work a little bit of metal and avoid a lot of mud and filler, I'll do that. It'll save me time, save me product, and in the end, we're going to have a better result. To save time, I have already taken off the exterior door handle, the outer window seal, and the lower trim from this door. Once again, I know there's plenty of people out there who would mask it and get a good result. I don't like to do that. I like to have the paint go up and under the trims, and again, I think it comes out for a better result. So now that that's all out of the way, what we're going to be doing for the first step is I'm going to wash this door down with just some soap and water, dry it off, and then we're going to take a look for any other dents that may or may not be there that we have to deal with. I can already see there's one here, and we call those painter's dents. The customer didn't necessarily come in for that dent, but with my reputation on the line, I can't just rightfully leave it there. Now, there's plenty of ways we could go ahead and deal with this dent. We could take the inner door panel off and hammer and dolly it. I know from past experience that once you get the door panel off, there's an inner door module, and I just don't feel like dealing with that. So what we're going to be using today is a stud puller. So once again, I'm going to clean this door panel off, and then I'll turn you guys back on. Alright, thank you. Alright guys, so I have the whole panel cleaned off, and I have, it's probably hard to see, but I've marked off from here to here that this is dented, and my dent over here. So the next step will be to grind all this down to bare metal, along with that little dent over there, and pull what we need to pull. So now let me show you what we're going to be using. This is my Unispotter kit. It's a Unispotter 9000 kit. I am in no way sponsored by them. It's just what I have and what I use. I always like to show the tools that I use. That way, if anybody wants to, go out and purchase them to get the same result, they can. This is the stud gun. I have a bunch of different size studs that go in them, anywhere from 2.2 mil down to, I think this is a 1.6 mil maybe. Came with a bunch of adapters. This adapter here is for if you want to do really close studs, and maybe in another video I'll show you that one. This tip here is what I use mostly, and that is for the studs without the extension. It comes with some mold rivets. It came with the slide hammer, this mini T-handle slide hammer that has a little cam in there that locks on, and you can just give it a slight pull. It did not come with this. This I had to buy extra. And what this is, on this side I think there's 11 open spaces that you can fit your studs, and on this side there's 5. You can put your studs in a line, tighten the set screw down, and give it a tug. It gives you a more controlled pull over a bigger distance. So what I had to do, I bought that and the rest of the kit. I had to make this tool here. You know, if you guys are just getting out, starting in the business, you'll find that sometimes you got to make your own tool. Now the kit didn't come with anything to hook into this shackle, and I didn't have another slide hammer kit to go with it. So what I did was I took just a piece of flat stock, bent it around, you know, trimmed off some of the edges to make it look decent, and then I took 6 nuts, welded them all together, the same thread pitch as the slide hammer, so that way I can take the head off the slide hammer, screw this on, and now I can pull. Remember guys, sometimes you just got to think outside of the box. So I'm going to go ahead and get set up and grind the panel down, and we'll get set up to do some stud pulling, and I'll turn you guys back on. Okay, so now we've got this door panel prepped for pulling. I feathered out with 180 on the DA. I feathered out the rest of the panel, and now I can really feel where it's dented. We got a big crease right here, and then right here it fades to just about nothing, but it starts right about here. So I'm going to be concentrating my efforts right here, and then we have a small dent here. So it'll give me 2 different ways to show you how to use the stud puller. So I'm going to go ahead and get the stud puller hooked up, ready to go, and then I'll turn you guys back on. Alrighty. Alright guys, we're ready to put our studs in. Now, something to remember, a trick that I always do, just disconnect the battery, please. You don't want to run the risk of frying any modules. It's a 2-second procedure that'll save you a big headache. So, first thing I'm going to do now is put my nozzle into my gun, and then check the face of the gun, because you always want to make sure it's free of burrs or anything, because this is actually where it's going to make its ground contact. And then I'm going to place my stud in. Now, this gun is powerful. I can't speak for the other stud guns out there, but this one, if you hold the trigger too long, you will burn through the sheet metal. So, you want to lay it up on there and just give it a quick boom, and that's it. So I'll show you how to do the first one. We find the center of our dent here, push in the stud gun because it's on a spring, and then just quickly hit the trigger, and then that's it. The stud is laid on there, it's ready for pulling. Now I will tell you that when you go to take these studs off, you do not want to try to twist these off and pull the whole thing off. You will rip the sheet metal. You want to cut this off with a pair of dikes and then just grind it down. So I'm going to go ahead now and lay out my studs for the rest of this, for the rest of the repair. and then I will turn you guys back on when I'm gonna go make some pulls. Okay. Alright everybody, now we have all of our studs laid into place. I'm going to show you a couple different ways of how you can pull the dents out. First, we're going to start with this smaller dent. I am just going to use my small T-handle puller, set it in there, and there's a little cam on there that you got to push up, and you can feel when it locks. Now this was just a small dent, so all I'm going to do is give it a good tug outwards and release some of the metal. And I can already feel that popped out. And that's that. That one's done. We'll just cut the stud off afterwards, grind it down, and it'll be good to go. Now this next set, I'm going to take off this chuck off my slide hammer and put on the one I made. We can go ahead and give it a pull. Okay, now that I've got the other chuck on, I'm just going to hook it into here and give it a couple light hits. Now remember, you're dealing with sheet metal. You can either go too far and create a high, or if you go like a wild man, like a gorilla, you can actually rip the studs out and put holes in the panel. So all I'm going to do, hook it in, put a little outward tension with my hand on the T-bar, and just give it a few tunks. And I can already feel that little crease has pulled out. And really guys, it's as simple as that. I mean, it does take some getting used to, the feel of it, and not burning through the sheet metal and not pulling too hard. But like I said, I prefer this method than to just grind it down and fill that thing in with bog. I don't like it. Now, when we are all done, I am going to have to, cut these and grind these, and this will get a skim coat of just fine filler, and then continue with the rest of the paint process. So I'll go finish the rest of the pulls. I will get this cut off and ground and show you the finished result. All right, thank you. Alright everybody, so I was going to finish the video there, but I also thought, what good is any kind of automotive body repair video without a little paint? So I got my coat of sealer already on the door, so we're going to throw some base coat on there. Alright, coat one. Alright everybody, just giving you a little shot of the finished product. I know the sunlight's not doing too well today, but it looks good. There's a couple water spots on it. I just washed it. Please remember, guys, when you're doing work for other people, don't be a scumbag. Wash this stuff before you give it back to them. Well, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell for all my notifications. I'll be coming out with more videos. Alright, thank you.